and that means it's probably me returning. The video requested was me fighting out this other fight. I was filling out one of the in requests from Minothilia and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and it required switching over back to my Conjure. I'm not in the main plot line, right? This is part of the plot line, but it's like kicked in, indented type thing. So what I'm trying to do, I was fighting this, and I stood up to these bats and things. I had some help from some other group, which is hilarious. That's here, and then from there, let's go here. Eastern, Central, yeah, that's it. The Black Shroud in the East Shroud. If you go out of Gridania down and like over just a little bit, like down and then over like that, there's a waterfall, and then beyond the waterfall, boom, that's Eastern, the East Shroud. Yeah. And that's the East Shroud. Yeah. Wow. That's different from the Ulda continent, I think. That's Gridania, that's a different continent. So I went out this way, and there's a lot that I couldn't do. I'll probably repost this again. I talked to this guy while I was up there, and that's in the treehouse. And then I talked to this other guy, and they're like, yeah. And see here, in this means, this is where I got confused. They're like, just get us 6 bats. And I'm like, 6 bats? Why is everybody looking at me like this is like grave danger? So I just, they're like, they were not down. In their conversation, they were like, yeah, his foot is hurt, but he can't get these 6 bats, and he wants to do it. But, you know, since you came all this way from Ulda continent, just make sure that you can get the 6 bats that we need. And I'm like, why wouldn't they just send somebody else out to you know, be the messenger of the 6 bats? That until I got there. And now here, that's here. On my Conjurer form, I did have a lot of fun with the Arcanus one, with the Carbuncle one, and that means if you put the Carbuncle next to the Pikachu, taking that type of sense, I think both of them are yellow carbuncles. Yeah. I might have to drop that image in there if I can find it in that type of sense. But I think the Pikachu off of Pokemon looks exactly like the Topaz, the Lightning Pikachu taking it. It probably does fire, but it shows it in gold, which is really, it's lightning. It's lightning. It's Charizard, it's the same way. They're just coded, taking that type of sense. That's a dragon, and Charizard, I think, is the higher part of it. It's not complicated. That's Charizard, taking that type of sense, which I believe is a fire hazard, like chemical hazard. That's what they're trying to say, despite the Arabian name type thing. They're trying to say that char is the fire, and it's a fire hazard. It's hot, it's dangerous, dragons are hot. But before that type thing, before it grows up, it's just a salamander type thing, that type of sense. In salamander form, it's kind of cuter type thing, even though it's hot and dangerous type thing, that type of sense. Oh, it's a fire lizard type. So there's a lot of things in there which I think that type of sense, and that's Pikachu. I don't think I can do that. And that's great conversation, piecing, taking that type of sense. And that's here. That's Pikachu. And then we're going to hold down the decimal as it turns into a plus. And then we're going to turn that into a Pokemon there. And from there, that's Pika. Taking that type of sense, that's Pikachu. Can we focus on this here? Is there too much light? And well, yeah, I think that's a Pokemon type thing that looks like a P there, and that means in that sense. And that's the Pokemon series, and that is also zoom control here, and okay, that is Topaz Carbuncle plus the Final Fantasy 14. And let's see here, and see a picture. Yeah, the Emerald and Topaz Carbuncle type thing. Pikachu. So I'm out here taking that type of sense, and I'm working on a white mage in Final Fantasy. That's confusing, taking that type means by going through Conjurer. I'm not in white mage yet. I'm still doing the storyline to open it up. White mage goes to Paladin, and that's not right in a listing there either. Thinking that type of sense. Okay, and that's the white mage taking that means there. Yeah, that's them taking that type of sense. And there's some affinities from white mage. I think the white mage one is going to be regeneration, regen. And that's still, and white mage has both affinities. It has affinity for conjurer, and it has affinity for paladin type thing. So paladin basically can bring in the indented work of conjurer and white mage. And then that's my shield in my conjurer form, taking that type of sense. And that is CONJ type thing. Level 22 conjurer, but later on with my shield, that's in paladin to CONJ to shield taking it that sense type thing. I'm gonna take my paladin, my shield work from conjurer, and the white mage casting and the casting from conjurer with the shield into paladin. But I'm still not down with these bats taking that type of sense. So this was complicated here. We're looking at 4 minutes at 15 and video 2 out of 240 taking that type of sense. I got a lot of videos to post there. And that's still not video means taking that type of sense. So as soon as I get back there, I'm just like, alright, boom, we're gonna go find these bats in that means. Now here, that's the orange and the blue. The blue is the fate one, taking that type of sense. The full active time event. The orange one is my hunt zone. See the 2 dots, and there's 2 bats in there, and I've got to get there. There's probably some more bats on the backside. And I'm like, no big deal. We'll just go get the bats. And then as soon as I try to get back there, boom, I'm in a fate type thing, and I'm like, what the? I get back here, that's the bat type thing that I'm supposed to find. That's level 20 type thing. But there's treants here. There's some guy in a Halloween or woman on a Halloween chocobo there type thing that means, and their chocobo's all covered up. And there's other things, and I'm in the fate, and I'm not fighting the bats type thing in that type of sense. And I'm like, dude. So I just want to do that. But as soon as I come in there, man, they assume I came back there for that fate, and they just wail on me. I mean, wail. So now I'm going to take that 463 hit points, and the purple is the mana one, MP, and that's the mana one. It looks like a mana thing, but that's an H. That's your hit points, I think. And I'm going to go to town on that, taking that type of sense, or be town first instead of bats. Now I'm like, can I get a key command? Can I finish? Can I finish? No. Can I put the? And I can assure cast it with all their special attacks going off and doing damage. I'm like, but I'm you know what? He's back, and sure, he's back. Jump, did triangle jump on the controller type thing, and I would go, and I can't quote hold on her, input low, I gotta, now I can't get motion control, I can't get out of there. There's a whole forest tree line behind me type thing, which I can't run to for some apparent reason. So I'm back to their attack state priority. So I'm trying to back into it, I'm like, I'm not in a tree, I'm at the backside of it. So I give up and I run back into it thinking that means. And it's a boreal storm or a boreal blast out thinking that makes sense. And there's the tree thing and I'm like, no, it's back there. I'm not pretending. No. Someone, no. And then back, and now I'm at 72 hit points. 59. And then, look at that. 63 hit points at the end. So just back. 71. Back. Still at 1 at the ready. Back. And cure. And they're too big. They're too big. Hey, go back there. That's right. That is right. Woo-hoo. I see the coming of the dawn. That's protecting on the pond. Is it not that? What's the other chick that sung in Britain? So now I just ran past it, and so did the other person in the fate. And I ran right out of there, taking that 7 cents. Boom! I'm no longer in the fate, tough acting, acting. And now I'm in, and that's the bird. When they're part of your quest or something, they'll either get the duty finding gray card, or they'll get a Q, or they'll get the Comedy Central C and C on it type thing, C and C. But that's not a C, that's a Q type thing. And that means they're part of the hunt. There's the bats. Wow. Maybe I can start with the bats first. Let's do that. Alright. Now we're in Conjurer. There's no thing. Where's their stuff at? Oh, there's no one. Oh, that's better. That's my water spell with it too. And that's water stun with throw away and bat and more bat. And for some reason through that, our protection spell isn't off on that. See, now we called bats type thing that type of sense, but look up at the top. My blue protection type thing here on that from 45 casting right there type thing isn't on. See, the blue grid thing type thing that type of sense, there usually should be a grid that says 30 minutes on there. Ah, but it's gone. That's the blue of my controller type thing in there in that type of sense. Yeah. And there's nothing there. And there's no blue grid. There's a up thing for staying in a sanctuary type thing. But my protection is gone. It wore off. So I just... That's a mystery. And there's 2 more bats there taking that type of sense with their cues, and they're part of the quest in the orange taking that type of sense next to the fate, but in the orange type thing, but not in the fate of the blue type thing, but in the orange. You have to verify that to make sure that that's reality. Now, the bat just hit me for 12. I'm at 442 now. I'm a level Conjurer 22 taking that type of sense, and the bat is a level 20 type thing that means. So I'm 2 levels better than that type thing in Conjurer, because that's in Paladin, because of the shield type thing that type of sense. It's Conjurer. Whoop, wait. Conjurer. Still Conjurer. Still Conjurer. That's still Conjurer. You got a shield. Shield. To Conjurer. To Paladin. It's Conjurer. Conjurer's cute. Okay, now that's 22 and that's 20. 22 and 20. And that type of means I am barely 2 levels better than that bat type thing in that type of sense, but it can only tag me up for 12. Yeah. Which, out of my hit points type thing in that type of sense, holy god. That's my mana. Yeah, that's my technical points. Yeah. TPs. That's my technical points. Take thinking that type of sense. Yeah. That's TPs. That's my mana. And that's my hit point. Okay. Let's go back here.